Hello, welcome back to the Cars.co.za channel. My name is Ciro de Siena. I think that's how you pronounce it. We'll put it on the screen for you. Welcome to the inside of the new M3 Touring. There are only 24 of these in South Africa. They're all sold, but BMW SA said, yeah, we got one for you, go film it. So this is a nice day. I'm having a nice day. And before we get started, go ahead and get our free app in your chosen app store and join over 2 million South Africans who have downloaded that app. We've got some really cool new features.
Cars.co.za, 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 Cars.co.za. Do you want to buy a Honda? Cars.co.za. Toyota or Mahindra? Cars.co.za. Do you wanna sell a Cherry? Cars.co.za. Suzuki or Mercedes? Cars.co.za. Polo, Kia, Mitsubishi, Havel, Hyundai, Lamborghini. Buy and sell, it's very easy. All you got to do is type Cars.co.za, 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 Cars.co.za.
Right, welcome back to the car. So today we thought we'd make this film look like old Top Gear, so we ordered some rain. There's a saying in Cape Town, if you don't like the weather in Cape Town, wait 20 minutes. Yeah, we're getting into winter, and I'm very glad that this car is an X-Drive, because a rear-wheel drive M3 with 390 kilowatts would have been a bit scary today. My crew's also very happy that it has X-Drive because they have children and lives, and they're quite big fans of living. So, under the bonnet, 3-litre straight 6. I don't know what the engine code is, but you guys probably do, so I don't even need to say it. It has a mild hybrid system, 48-volt mild hybrid system, so it is unnecessarily complicated and barely saves any fuel. However, it does help you accelerate a bit faster. It's also nice to coast on the highway. It really brings your fuel consumption down. So BMW claims 10.4 litres to the 100, and actually that's very realistic unless you're driving like a Muppet. So a high-end performance car with nearly 400 kilowatts, averaging 10.4 is actually pretty impressive. Just God help you if the system breaks and you're out of warranty. That'll be a real party. Anyway, 0 to 100 claimed 3.6. Now, my esteemed colleague Dave Taylor, who does all our performance testing, he went and did a quarter-mile run and a 0 to 100 run, and he got a real-world time of 3.37 seconds on cold tires, which means that this is just another BMW where BMW is completely underselling how fast the car is and how powerful the engine is. Anyway, M3 wagon, right? Now, one of the Touring, I think the official name is, there's never been an M3 wagon. They actually did build one E46 M3 wagon as a prototype. That's it, there's only one in the whole world. And so I am very glad that they went back to Touring. And quite interestingly, the Touring only weighs 85 kgs more than the Sedan, so there's not a huge weight penalty either. And I just think it's so cool, it's so unique. It really is a very cool car. I love fast wagons. I mean, Audi's famous for their fast wagons. But I don't think Audi's too worried. And one of the reasons is because this car is very expensive. Very expensive. So you're looking at about 2.2 list price. This particular test unit has 260 grand's worth of options. Most of those options are in the form of carbon ceramic brakes, which, unless you track drive your car, I think is a waste of money. The carbon ceramic brakes cost 190,000 rand, which is almost what I paid for my E39 M5. So that's expensive. So you're looking at like 2.4 million to get into one of these, 2.5 million, and an RS4 costs 1.6 million. Yeah, nearly a million rand less. And it comes pretty much fully loaded. I mean, there obviously is some optional extras. So yeah, an M3 Touring is a pretty expensive exercise, but it's really cool. So quite interestingly, in South Africa, the M3 Touring comes standard with the M package something, and it's got the higher top speed, so it'll do 280 k's an hour instead of 250. So that's quite nice. BMW giving us something for free. But if you go into the infotainment system, which I don't really like, you go to the connected drive store, and then you can buy some more things for your BMW. So there's a free trial available for the drive recorder. I don't know what that is, but then for 7,300 Rand a year, I hope, you can subscribe to the remote engine start. So you get the BMW app, and then you can remote start your car. And this just raises an interesting aspect for me. The Germans are in trouble. VW is in serious trouble. Audi and Merc in this country are in serious trouble. BMW is still doing okay. So why do you want to antagonize your customers by making them spend 2.4 million Rand on your car, and then make them spend more money to get a feature like remote start, which you get for free on pretty much any other car, especially the Chinese cars? It's like, you know what Merc did in the US, right? On their EQE range, which has been a disaster for that company. They're giving up on the EQE range. They're stopping making them. In America, they charge you extra to unlock the full performance of the electric motor. So they build the car, which is capable of whatever, 400 kilowatts. Then they lock away 300 kilowatts or 100 kilowatts in the software, and then you must pay extra for them to probably just go into the system and freaking press full power. It's like, do you not want people to buy your cars? Are you trying to actively annoy your potential customers? I just don't get this philosophy of charging extra for options which are free in other cars. Sorry, that was a bit of a rant. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. But I really think I'm right about this, and I'd love to hear what you think. I'll join you in the comments section. One very nice aspect of this car is that in quiet mode, when you don't press an M button, the active exhaust is closed, and it's actually quite quiet. So you're on the highway, or you don't want to annoy all the people in C Point, so you just make the exhaust quiet. Then you hit an M button here on the steering wheel. So you got two to choose from. I'm not sure why you need two, but you can configure them so you can have different settings. So let's say you want to go fast, but you want to be comfortable. Then you set the adaptive dampers, which are amazing. Adaptive dampers, that's the word. You set it to like comfort. You can put the other stuff in sport. There's even sport brake mode, which I do not get the point of at all. Anyway, so M2, we've configured it to be fast and loud. And then the exhaust flaps open, and then this car sounds incredible. But the difference between the flaps closed and the flaps open is remarkable. Now, we just filmed the X3 M50, and that has this iconic sound thing which pumps, it accentuates the oral experience by pumping sound through the car. I'm not sure if this car does that. I'm going to guess that it does. But I must say, BMW have done a good job with it. It really enhances that sort of performance, that feedback that you want from a performance car. Right, now let's get back to the more important aspects of this car, which are launch control and going really quickly. This thing is an absolute rocket ship. But one of the most annoying things, and we found this out on the recent drag race we did, which we'd raced this M3 versus the new C63, the hybrid one. Anyway, on the day, we had a massive fight with the launch control system. We eventually worked out that it was a very hot day, that the car was overheating slightly. So we took it on a cool down lap, and then it launched. But before we did that, we had 10 people on set. We had a couple of youths. We were all Googling. We even read the instruction manual. Can you believe it? 10 men. We all read the instruction manual. Anyway, I swore at the car a lot, and then I finally got it to launch. So let me try remember how to launch the car. You do this with the gear knob, then you push the 3 buttons, then that 4-wheel drive sport. All right, imagine you had a robot to robot race. The other guy would be home already and having dinner by the time you figured out your launch control. Anyway, let's see what happens. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the loud pedal. No, and launch control. And now the engine's switched off. Maybe it has to be an M2. There. Traction. No, now it's turned the traction control back on when I pressed M2. MX drive setup, four-wheel drive sport. Let's try that. It's a bucky. Toodaloo. Okay, let's try again. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the loud pedal. Preparing launch control. Launch control access. Shite! Yes, I got it to work. I am a genius. Wow, that was 128 k's an hour. Holy moly. Okay, and now I choose life, and my crew is himself, so let's slow down. Okay, we figured out launch control. Good, it only took 60 seconds. So this car's 0 to 100 time is actually 63.3 seconds. That's quite cool. BMW for the F30 series, and I think the one after that, they went with the MDCT, and they've given up on it because it was good. I mean, it was a really nice gearbox, and it had those violent shifts. I loved that car. We've actually got a video of that car on our site from many years ago, and they've gone back to the ZF 8-speed, and everyone was like, it's going to be a bit soft and a bit soft core, but to be honest with you, it's actually very good. It doesn't give you that kick in the back that you used to get when you shifted in the old M4, but it's very responsive. I mean, listen to that pedal. It's almost instant shifts. I mean, not as fast as an MDCT, but for 90% of owners, it's fast enough, and it's also probably way more reliable and probably way less complicated to maintain and fix. So I don't mind that they've gone for the ZF 8-speed, to be honest. Now, one of the impressive things that they've managed to get right here, and BMW are so good at this, they are so good at tuning the suspension. So you've got these very clever active dampers in here, but you don't really feel them. It's very organic, and the car feels very agile. This is a 1.9 ton car, but the suspension system in here is brilliant. It absolutely wipes the floor with the Audi and the Mercedes-Benz, which feel a little bit wooden and a bit harsh. This car manages to be super comfortable and then super sporty at the same time when you press all the buttons. It's just brilliant. It is brilliant. So obviously today I can't go crazy. There's standing water everywhere. Justin's crapping himself. I don't want to acroplane. I don't want to be that journalist who binned an M3 Touring. And I quite like being alive. But when we shot the drag on Kalani, I did do a couple of laps, and I was just blown away by this car. It is probably one of the best modern performance cars that you can buy right now. Yes, it's very expensive, but it's exclusive, you know. And I love that it's a wagon. I know South Africans hate wagons, and here's a big puddle. I actually invented the term anti-station wagonism. It's on our channel. We'll put a link in the description below. I mean, the South African market is all about SUVs, and I get that. We have a lot of gravel roads. This isn't Europe. But if you like a wagon, this is a particularly good one. The interior is one of the best interiors right now. Mercedes-Benz have stuffed up their interiors. The cost cutting has been awful in the Mercedes-Benz. BMW and Audi thankfully still making good interiors. I love the new M steering wheel. It's a lovely steering wheel to interact with. I love the fact that you get a leather knob, gear knob. It feels great in your hand. And the thing is, Audi have now gone on to, and Porsche as well, they've now gone on to this thing where you get like a Wilson's toffee, and you like select drive. I want a performance car. I want to change. I want to feel the gear stick. And you can also use manual mode here, so you can shift up and down with the gear knob. So thank you, BMW, for still giving us proper knobs. I appreciate it. So in the X3 video, I said the same thing, which I'm going to say now. And I genuinely have this idea to save the German car industry. And I think it's good. I'm going to phone BMW head office tomorrow in Munich and tell them my idea. But yes, sell the fancy version. I get that there's a lot of customers out there who want big screens and all this fancy stuff. That's cool. Sell the fancy version, right? But then create an enthusiast version. And then you don't have to call it poverty spec, call it enthusiast spec. It'll be cheaper. Take the hybrid system out. No one wants that either. It's expensive and complicated. And just make a proper ICE drivetrain, and enthusiasts will froth over that. And you'll sell more cars and you'll save money. It really makes a lot of sense. It really does. I know I sometimes come up with crap ideas, but I think this is a good one. So let's leave it there. In summary, fantastic effort from BMW. Agile, brilliant feedback through the steering wheel, fast as hell. You gotta go watch our drag race and see what happened with the C63. It was fascinating. And that car has 400 more Newton meters than this car and 110 more kilowatts. So a little bit heavier, but 1,000 Newton meters. That's like a Golf GTI more than this car in Newton meters. Oh, standing water. Oh God, oh God. Woo, and wide tires like to aquaplane more. Okay, gents, should we call it a day? Just shitting himself. Thank you for watching our M3 review. We'll put a link to all the videos in the description below. Go watch our drag race with this car. It was epic. And I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we can get the car back and do another review.
Let's find what moves you. Cars.co.za.